Hello, students. Welcome to our online session for the subject of industrial safety. This is our lecture number 11, and we are in the second module of our syllabus. The topics that will be covered in this online session will be in synchronization with the topics of GT. This subject of industrial safety is for the students of structural engineering and mechanical engineering. This comes in the postgraduate course. So we have already started the subject of industrial safety, have completed the module number 1, and now we are proceeding towards the module number 2. We have already started module number 2 and we have completed the topics of maintenance. Okay, and tools for maintenance are also being discussed. So aim of the maintenance is done. The basic definition of the maintenance is also being discussed in the previous session of industrial safety. The objective of the uh, in the maintenance is also discussed. The purpose of the maintenance is also discussed. The type of the maintenance is also discussed in the previous session of the industrial safety. And last session we have discussed the tools that are used for the maintenance of the equipment. So what are the tools that we have discussed? Which tools are used for which purpose, that we have also discussed in the previous session. So we are now proceeding towards the next topics. The topics are being related, are being in synchronization with the GTU only. So we will proceed now. Be maintained by lubricating and provide by oiling it regularly, by lubricating it, so that the uh, process will work smoothly. So that also involves the extra money for the services, and we have to make a schedule for the repair. So that all cost will be included in this schedule. Maintenance cost. Beyond this optimal point means, up to some point we have to uh, pay these charges. Beyond this optimal point, an increasingly higher level of the preventive maintenance is not economically justified, and it is economical to adopt breakdown maintenance policy. Hence, we all have means this whole process of repairing the schedule, where the equipment will be maintained, it is lubricated, it is inspected, it is maintained. This all is up to a certain breakdown, certain point. Beyond this optimal point, the increasing in the higher level of preventive measures is not economically justified. This thing is not required to be done beyond certain limit, and it is the economical to maintain a breakdown policy beyond that. So if the time exceeds that optimal point, means beyond that optimal point also we are scheduling these activities, and it is better to have or to adopt the maintain breakdown maintenance policy. The optimal level of 16 maintenance activity is easily identified on the theoretical basis. Do this, the detail of the cost associated with the breakdown and the preventive maintenance must be known. Okay, so this is what the thing is required to be done for the maintenance cost. Maintenance cost relation with the replacement economy. A point where the total cost is minimum, that is termed as the economical life of the machine. Means during the design life of the machine, the point where the total cost is minimum, then that will be during that period is termed as the economic life of the machine. If the interest rate is more than 0%, then we use the interest formula to determine the economic life. So this is how the economic life of the equipment or any other kind of an equipment is done. Okay, so basically we can say that the time during which the maintenance is least and maximum profits is gained by the equipment at that point, uh, means during that life, during that time, we can say that that will be an economical life of the machine. Means during the economical life of the machine, the least expense is being made by the machine, and the interest rate is more than 0%. Then we use the interest formula to determine the economical life. Service life of the equipment. Service life represents a commitment made by the items manufacturer and is usually specified as a median. Means we have discussed in the introduction also that service life is the life during which equipment will work properly without any kind of a damage and a smoother. So that will be specified by the manufacturer. The manufacturer or the person who is manufacturing that equipment will specify the service life of the equipment. Means that is a commitment. That, for example, if I buy we can say that a sewing machine, then if the manufacturer says that this the service life of this machine is 2 years, then that sewing machine will definitely work for 2 years. It will not have any kind of a damage or a maintenance or a breakdown. So that is the service life of the equipment that will be specified by the manufacturer based on the manufacturing policy, and it is specified as a median. It is the time that any manufacturer item can be expected to be serviceable. Means it is the time during which the item will be properly working without any kind of damage, without any kind of a breakdown, and that is the service life of the equipment. We can also say design life. We can say that uh, commitment life means it is a commitment made by the manufacturer that the equipment will work properly without any kind of the breakdown. That is the service life of the equipment. Service life of the equipment is not to be confused with the shelf life, which deals with the storage time, or with the technical life, which is the maximum period during which it can be physically function. It is the just uh, service life only, means it is work properly. It is not the storage time or any technical life. It is also differed from the predicted life, or MTTF or MTBF, that is mean time to failure and mean time between failures. MFOP, maintenance free optimal period. So service life is not related to either MTTF or MTBF or MFOP or any kind of the technical life or storage life. It is its service life where it will work properly, smoothly, without any kind of a damage, without any kind of the breakdown, and in the most efficient way, and without any kind of a maintenance. And this is a committed time that is being uh, given by the manufacturer. Means according to his manufacturing policies, he has means the manufacturer has decided that the service life of the equipment will be X years or any kind that will be made by the uh, manufacturer. And during this service life, the uh, the person who is working with that equipment will not find any kind of the problem. Service life of the equipment, predicted life is useful such that the manufacturer may estimate the hypothetical modeling and calculation. A general rule for this, for which it will honor warranty claims or planning for the mission fulfilled. Means during this life, if something occurs, means some breakdown occurs, then warranty can be claimed, and mission fulfill planning for the mission fulfillment can be done. The difference between the service life and the predicted life is most clear when the considering the mission time and the reliability in comparison to MTBF and service. For example, a missile system can have a mission time of less than 1 minute, service life of 20 years, active MTBF of 20 years, government MTBF of 50 years, and reliability is 0.999. So this is a service life of it. Coupling. consumer will have different expectation about the service life and longevity based on the factors. That is three factors that are the, use, cost, and quality. Based on this, the expectation of the service life and longevity will be based from the consumer. Will be expected from the consumer. Okay, so this is Professor Akash R. Suthar, and thanks for attending the session. See you in the next session. Thanks.